Okay, Pocopia, Mouse PI for Hire, Mario Kart, ZA, Pragmata, very good, Tomodachi Life, and once again, Star Forces below Persona 3 Royal, a much better game which actually tackles all some more things much more effectively. Again, I got that bit out of the way. I'm not gonna spend the whole time on dunking on Star Force, man. So, so I thought I would talk about something pleasant. After a few days of this, and having to spell the claim that they accidentally submitted like the base Switch version on mistake, take, there's a hotfix which is now under version update 1.0.3. So let's talk about how Overwatch is mostly a fix on the Switch 2, though some issues do persist currently. For the most part, I can say that things are much closer to what I expected. So let's begin. Even as someone who has been playing again in some capacity since the last 10 years of the game, even I'll admit that while the launch on Switch 2 may not have been the worst launch I've ever seen, it's definitely at least worth a dishonorable mention, and of ones that have happened the last 10 years on these systems. I mean, but since this fix went live, I think it was, depending on your time zone, it was either earlier today or late yesterday. A, and it is. I'll admit that the resolution is not quite as high as it would be on PS5, Xbox Series, or a higher end PC setup. I would say that it is close to what I would experienced on PS4, or what I also what saw other people playing on Xbox One or a relatively modest PC setup. And the 60 frames per second update that they meant to include on launch day is now actually here, and I wasn't trying to win every single match I played. I did do my dailies and also spend a little bit of time in the training simulator and the target range, because that was another issue I experienced during the initial launch phase. It was so busted I could not even get into the target range that I usually do when I'm trying to get used to a new hero introduced again. And I am really liking Sierra, and even with the balance change they made to a lot of some of my mains in DPS, support, and tank, I am definitely willing to play more, or since the experience has been refined a bit. Admittedly, I definitely think there are still things that could be addressed. Balancing is pretty tricky, I will admit. Echo in particular, who's has never really been the most powerful hero in my experience, seems to have benefited a lot from this latest update. And again, and since my BattleNet was also synced with my other main systems, that also meant that the compensation I got for being in like this, which I believe was like a legendary box, and having some extra XP for the battle pass, as was appreciated. Please still look at the draw there. I'm not that kind of person that tries to shell out for every single whole skin I see. If I like the design, or if it comes with the pass, that's usually when I look into it. It's I still have my Ein from Cowboy Bebop Wrecking Ball skin equipped for corn's sake, and still have Tracer, the MHJ weapon charm equipped as well. Oh, Still, hell, I am glad that Acti Blizz is or Microsoft or whoever were nice and quick about getting this fixed. I mean, even though I'm trying to associate with the more vocal segments of fan base, whenever possible, one thing I do appreciate about a lot of these ones that whenever people are not satisfied with something and there's something physically wrong, they're not letting people know. So I appreciate that a lot. I mean, let's see about squeaky wheels, and that's definitely was something that needed a lot of WD-40. The like Willie going grease me up woman, just like that. Anyway, hey, I definitely am confident that they're able to keep iterating, and work on things like desync and artifacts that still could stand to be addressed further. Again, I don't blame every single defeat on that. I mean, I can definitely recognize my limits as a player and still work on trying to improve upon them and keep reaching for the next skill ceiling. I mean, I am still eager to dive into Marathon with the April update live, and I'm skeptical about how the attempts to pivot fair games into an extraction shooter. We still, as far as I know, have not gotten any footage, and given how many people are leaving that one, I would just say we better just to toss that aside and move on. I mean, and I'm not even gonna get into it really further. I mean, not a huge Wild Arms fan. The fourth game coming to PS Plus Classics, but the excess tier stuff looks interesting. So anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all again very soon. So take care, everyone.